quite fancy, yeah.
Unveiling the society interior cover where Vivek is posing and looking very dashing. Alright, there you go, Vivek Oberoi on the society interior cover.
Now we unveil this? Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
And there you see how the cover looks like.
Vivek, down. Vivek, sir, here. Vivek, sir. Right side, right side. Vivek, left side. Vivek, sir. Vivek, left में Vivek यहाँ पे Vivek यहाँ पे
Alright, there we start. Thank you so much. The cover looks nice, Vivek. You're looking very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, should I say more about this now? Alright, can we start?
I love that. That's really cool, man. Yeah, it's a selfie stick. Well, that's a huge selfie stick, yeah.
Can we start this? Sorry. Can I
Big
have a
one.
little attention here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Vivek Oberoi, an actor, philanthropist who made his debut with Ram Gopal Verma's film company in 2002.
Thank
He
you.
played the very charming Aditya in Satya in 2002, adored by many girls. I think he was a heartthrob, and he's still a heartthrob now. He was awarded the Red and White Bravery Award in 2006 for helping in rebuilding a village which was hit severely by tsunami. On screen, his vibrant persona grabs all eyeballs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you also have seen his naughty side in the film called Masti, then Grand Masti, and now again he's going to be venturing the very naughtiest side in the great Grand Masti.
Uh-oh.
That's for you, ladies and gentlemen, Vivek Oberoi. Hi,
Thank you.
Vivek.
Thank
How
you so
does it
much.
feel to be on the cover?
Thank you for the really, really generous introduction. And it feels great. Society Interiors is a fabulous magazine, and to be on the cover is a big honor. And I have Mr. Hira to thank for that.
And Swati.
Of course, and Swati. my bad. Can we get a few chairs for the ladies that are standing here? Is it possible?
No,
Do we have a few chairs? Yeah?
There's no gender discrimination. They can sit.
Gender discrimination. No.
See,
I was just trying to be a little chivalrous, that's all.
Ask some of the guys to stand up for them.
He was actually Mr. Nani who went right. But anyways, I think we should proceed further. Let's not get into this debate right now. But tell me how, the whole magazine is about interior, about
That's
your
right.
house interior.
That's right.
What kind of house is yours? Like when we get into a Vivek Oberoi house, what is this house like?
Well, I think a Vivek Oberoi house is a little more of a Priyanka Oberoi house than it is a Vivek Oberoi house, to be honest. I think it's a lot to do with my lovely wife, who's really got down to designing it. And it's a beautiful home. It makes us happy. It makes us feel very warm and comfortable when we're there. And what I like about it is that so everybody has a kind of innate style. You want your house to reflect your personality. आपको लगता है कि मेरा घर जो है वो मेरी एक persona का extension हो. And we wanted that for our house, and our house is more of a warm tone, right? We like it to look cozy and comfortable, and sometimes people like contemporary houses. They're beautiful. They're very stark, they're very cold, they're very metal and glass kind of finish. But we wanted to have something which was more deep, rich, little more wood, more earthy, more earthen tones, and a lot more interior and exterior coming in, blending in together. So we have a whole bunch of skylights. Because what people don't realize is when you live in a bungalow in Mumbai, you're surrounded by buildings as neighbors. So getting natural light generally gets blocked from everywhere. So we did a very interesting thing where we put skylights in our house across the different levels. So you have natural light filtering in throughout the day, and it looks lovely. And the other feature that I think I was predominantly responsible for, which I loved, was the vertical garden. So not everybody is a magnet like Mr. Hira and can have like a beautiful garden out there on their terrace. So people like us need to accommodate a garden rather than having it like horizontally. I decided to have a vertical garden across the wall, and it's complicated. It's difficult to maintain, but I think it's spectacular because you don't realize how much fresh air, how much fresh oxygen those plants are giving you inside your living room. And I love that. I love that feature. I think it's featured in the magazine too. So yeah, we have a lovely terrace. We have a lovely rooftop which is Priyanka and my romantic spot. जहाँ हम बैठते हैं और on a clear day we like to look at the stars through the pollution and the smog. We like to look at the stars and listen to some music and just have a nice conversation, you know, amidst the chaos, a little bit of silence. It's kind of beautiful.
So when we get into your house, does it reflect your personality or your wife's personality?
Predominantly hers, I think, because...
so what is your personality? Because all you just said was your wife's personality.
Yeah, so I think...
romance, nice, earthy feeling.
My personality is a little more... like what most married men's personalities become after they get married. Do you like it, love? You do? Great, fantastic. Okay. I like it too.
So you're a good husband.
So it's a little more like that. Yeah. I'm a smart husband.
Alright, there you take the point, guys. He's a very smart husband. Alright, you are an actor, you've done so many movies. You thrilled.
Can we get you a chair? I'm sorry, are you okay?
No, but you know what, I like it that way. I have a chair there, but I don't like it. I like my work when I'm in action.
Fabulous, great.
So, tell me when, as an actor, when your film is not doing well, when it bombs and it's not doing a box office venture.
I've known that feeling, yeah, multiple times. Yeah.
So can you explain and elaborate, because I wanted to know how it feels to be on that. I mean,
well, I mean, you know, initially it's like the first flop is always kind of memorable because it hits you hard and you feel like, oh my God, you know, it flopped. And in my career, actually, I didn't get to know what a flop was for a while. I was very fortunate to be very successful, and the first flop kind of hits you. But then after that, you have to realize to be able to distance yourself. And over, I think now, 12 years of my career, I think the best piece of advice that my dad gave me was, he said that, well, you need to be able to be exactly the same, feel exactly the same, the way you feel about your success and the way you feel about your failure. You need to step away from it because whatever it is, it's in the past, it's already done. So if you hang on to old success, it can be as toxic to hanging on to an old failure. You need to be able to look forward and disconnect yourself from that, because whatever it is, you're going to have to reinvent yourself for the next one. So whether it's a hit or a flop, you can't do it again. You can't repeat it. So you have to just go forward, do something new and enjoy the process. You can't take it personal. I personally believe, don't take success or failure personally. It's an attempt, it worked, great, it didn't work, great.
So
move on.
Basically an actor shouldn't react, or should, like, this is the mantra that everybody should follow.
No, it's not what everybody should follow. I'm nobody to say what everybody should follow, but I follow it. I believe that in life, not just as an actor, I believe that sometimes we get so obsessed with our success that we forget to live life normally, and it changes us from who we originally were as a person. And sometimes when we get obsessed with failure, that also makes us depressive, negative, and so you know both have their pros and cons, and I believe move forward. No point living in the past for anything.
How does it feel when you have a father and a mentor right in your house?
It's amazing. It's an incredible feeling. He's not only my father, not only my mentor, not only my guide, but he's also my greatest critic.
Oh my God, okay.
So it's good to have that, because it's somebody who's telling you the absolute honest truth at home, and you don't have. I mean, you have the support, you have the love, but you also have somebody who's constantly keeping you on your toes, and that's a good feeling.
Okay. And how is fatherhood treating you?
Amazing.
Have you changed from a Casanova to a playboy to a father now?
Casanova? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Well, let him answer this, sir, and then I'm going to get on to them.
So yeah, I mean, fatherhood, I think, has been the single largest metamorphosis in my life.
Casanova.
No, she didn't.
She did.
No, she didn't.
Okay,
she said you used to be. Everybody knows I'm a good boy now, so.
Yeah, that no doubt in that, because he actually is raving about his fatherhood.
So for me, the biggest metamorphosis, the biggest change in my life has been becoming a father, and it's been a process of, strangely, a process of self-discovery. You know how your priorities start to change, and you don't even realize it till it's happening. You know, I'll try and rush away as soon as I like pack up. I'm out of there. I'm in the car and I'm trying to wrap up all my telephone calls and my work before I enter my house. So then when I enter my house, I switch off my phone and I get to spend that time with my kids. And with my son, he's 2.5 now. So it's amazing. The most incredible feeling is when he tells you, you know, even if he's sitting on that potty and he wants someone to come and wash him and he calls for you, it's a strange sense of joy and pride that you feel that, oh, he asked for me to come and, you know, even if it's to wash his butt, it's a strange sense of feeling and joy. I mean, that's why it's completely overwhelming being a dad. And the little things that he likes to, you know, try and copy you or do with you. I like to believe that my relationship with my son is already more like a buddy. We chat about stuff and we have our own little, you know, fun time. We go to the beach, which is very close by, to fly a kite every time I have a day off. He loves kites, and I think it's a really cool thing to do. Not be in front of the television or an iPad all the time, and go out and physically do, you know, stuff. So fatherhood changes you completely, and then when you become a father of a daughter, I think that becomes that little bit more special.
Yeah.
I know my son's going to hold this against me, but it is. I think for every father, the daughter is just this unbelievable princess.
In your eyes when you're talking about your kids. Now
I was just
feel
thinking
like
about them this morning.
Yeah, now that I want to say that now after listening to all this, you become a family man.
Totally.
Well, I'm going to give some more chances here to the media fraternity who's right here. So please raise your hand and go on to the question. Shoot to the man here who's going to answer it right away for you. Do we have some questions?
Vivek, this time you spoke about your son. Has he seen your movies? Does he understand or that stuff? He says his favorite movie of yours like that.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't have a favorite yet. I mean, I think for him to understand the whole concept of a film is just about starting. And it was so funny the other day. I said I'm going for shooting, and how they pick out the small things. So he says, Dada, I'm coming with you. I also want to come for shooting. And he says, wait, I'm going to get my BB gun and my pellets. And I was like, shooting? And then I realized he's thinking it's that kind of shooting. And then I was like, no. Okay. Then from now on in my house, we don't say shooting anymore. We say we're going for filming. So he understands film. And it's interesting because when he sees me on screen, it's the first time he saw me on screen, he was sitting next to me. So he was watching me on TV, and then he was looking at me. Then he was watching me on TV, then he was looking at me.
Papa,
yeah.
you. Someone looks like
So
you.
it's beautiful to see them discover that. I mean, every step of the way. But I don't think he's completely understood it yet. He has come to the set a few times. He's come to play with Rian, who's his friend, who's Ritesh's son. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. मेरे बच्चों का कमरा. क्योंकि my wife and I, we designed that room ourselves. हमने मिलकर उसे बनाया. और वो शायद मतलब घर का सबसे खूबसूरत कमरा है. और जब वो बना कमरा, when that